This is my Torah speech. We all know the story of creation. God created the earth and everything else in existence in just 7 days. I wanted to ask you some questions about it. First of all, God is an all-powerful being. He could have created the earth in 1 second if he wanted to. So why 7 days? I think it was to group the creations by order of need. After all, everything needs light, earth, and water. But we were pretty inconsequential, no offense. So we came last. Also, God created good things and bad, but he could have made earth a complete paradise. So why did he create infectious diseases, and carnivores, and terrorism, and stuff like that? Don't you think it must have been in order to show people what not to do, he had to create people that did the things what not to do? Then there's the Big Bang Theory. Could that be what really happened? I personally think it fits in with the Torah's description of "let there be light." Speaking of which, how did God create light before he created the light source? Maybe what God really meant was, let there be energy. It must have taken a lot of energy to make the Big Bang. And then there's the story of Eden. And where is it? Shouldn't it still be there? I mean, according to the Torah, Eden still exists and is guarded by flaming angels. You would think a place like that would be easy to find. I personally think it would make a great all-inclusive resort. God's original Club Med. So you see, Genesis isn't very easy to understand. God's behavior is sometimes perplexing. If he didn't want Adam and Eve to eat the fruit of knowledge, why did he create the tree where they could get to it in the first place? Also, what would have happened if they hadn't eaten from the tree? Would humanity have gone on both happily and clueless? I personally think God wanted them to eat from the tree. Rabbi Stone tells me that in the infinite time before light was created, God was writing the Torah. If this is true, God had planned everything to happen, which would, theoretically, mean that he wanted the serpent to coax Eve into eating the fruit of knowledge, intentionally made humankind too evil so he could wipe them out in a flood, and intentionally have the Egyptians enslave the Israelites, etc., 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 unless he made revisions along the way. What? After creation, Bastard Reshit tells the story of Cain and Abel, the world's first dysfunctional family. Among the first things humans feel as emotions are peer pressure, jealousy, and murderous rage. Speaking of which, why did Cain kill Abel? Well, they each made a sacrifice to God. God heeded Abel's sacrifice, but not Cain's. Cain, in the fury, killed Abel. Why? Cain only offered some of his fruits and vegetables, whereas Abel offered the choicest lambs of his flock. Cain gave a pretty simple offering without caring very much, whereas Abel offered something straight from the heart. As such, Cain not only did not find favor with the Lord, he exacerbated, vocabulary word, the situation by killing Abel and cursing himself. Since these days, offerings and animal sacrifices are considered a bad idea, so we gotta think of another way to please God. And the Torah gives us a solution. It's vote. 613 easy ways to get God's favor. 248 do's, 365 don'ts. How do we do that? Well, just by sitting there listening to me, unless you're doing something secret, and you're already following the 365 mitzvot that say what not to do. Pat yourselves on the back. But do mitzvot. But some of those still involve making animal sacrifices, so I made a few 21st century mitzvot to fill their place, such as, thou shalt not spam. That's a good one. Thou shalt not let thine cellular phone ring in the house of study. Before the Lord, and besides, your teacher will confiscate it. Thou shalt not hire copyrighted music, especially on advertisement.shabbat.com. Most importantly, thou shalt not post false information on Wikipedia. Whilst thou cast out opinion is considered the error of thy ways. As such, every generation faces the bold challenge of applying the Torah to their own modern lifestyle. That even applies to the beginning of the world. As scientists have found out more about the universe, they have come to the conclusion that the story of creation is not literally true. Even so, it still has meaning for all of us. God didn't play video games for 6 days and pull in an all-nighter like some of us. Yes, that often includes me. He divided his work into 6 days and waited until the 7th day to rest. So let's take a lesson from creation and divide all complex tasks into manageable steps. Take it a day at a time, then on Shabbat, get some rest and play video games to our heart's content. Unless you're Orthodox, then you can't do that. With that idea in mind, it could do your home improvement more easily, quit drugs, maybe even end world hunger. Yes, that's the lesson I derived from Parshat Breshit. At this point, I'd like to thank my tutor, Karen Erwinski, Rabbi Stone, every teacher in Temple of Beth Shalom, and of course, my parents, Robin and Jonathan Sellinger, for helping me prepare for this special day.